Hello, and thank you for tuning in to this episode of Animals and Ames. My name is Ron Edwards. I'm the Animal Control Supervisor for the Ames Animal Shelter and Animal Control Program. Today's going to be a kitty show, so we're going to show you all the cats we have, not all of them, but a lot of the cats that we have available for adoption here at the Ames Animal Shelter. So let's take a look at what we have adoption for our cats. Okay, and our first guest today is Dora. You may have seen Dora on our Facebook page. We were looking for her owners. Nobody came forward, unfortunately, and Abby here, who is our animal control clerk and the person that almost everybody meets when they come into the shelter, she's also our adoption coordinator, so she's the one that looks at all the applications and makes sure that we're sending these guys to the absolutely best home possible. So Dora here, again, is a very special kitty. She came to us and had a very serious injury, and we wanted to make sure that we found out what was going on with her. You can see maybe in her jaw, you can see she had a pretty serious injury there. We took her she went to Iowa State, and then she went to Somerset Vet, and ultimately she ended up at Blue Pearl, where they said that she needs to have surgery on her lower jaw there. So it's a very expensive surgery that we're trying to raise some money on, but she is, as you see, she is just a wonderful cat, beautiful kitty. Again, a kind of a medium hair to long hair, and as I always talk about, these are the kitties that need constant brushing, and you see how much she's just loving that attention there from Abby. So this is Dora. We're estimating she's about 5 years old, and she's going to have surgery actually this coming Friday. So we still need a little bit of help with donation money to try to fundraise to help her with that surgery. So if you're able to help us, we would greatly appreciate it. And you can go to our website at amesanimalshelter.org and see the link there to donate to help us. And our next guest today is Socks. Socks is a very special kitty. He's unfortunately been in a few homes, and we're looking for that final home for him where he can live out the rest of his life. Another reason why Socks is very special is because he is FIV positive. Cats that are FIV positive can live very long, happy, healthy, normal lives. It's just really important that you get good vet care for him. He's on quality pet food, quality cat food. And again, anytime you start to see if he has like an upper respiratory infection, a cold, anything like that, it's very important to get him into the vet. His immune system is compromised with that condition. So it's very important that he get immediate vet care if needed. Now, he is not on any kind of medication or anything right now, and oftentimes these cats don't need to have any medication. But again, that prompt vet care, if you see something going wrong, is very important. Another thing that's critically important with FIV positive cats, and any cat actually, is that they need to live indoors, absolutely indoors, and not ever go outside. When he's exposed to things outside, again, he's not going to be able to fight it off as well as other cats would. So very important that Socks finds an indoor, forever home where he's going to be loved and cared for. FIV positive cats can live with cats that are not FIV positive, but we want people to do their research first to find out what they need to do to care for an FIV positive cat. There's lots of good information out there. We have information here at the shelter. You can look at the aspca.org. Best Friends also has information on their website. And also the Association of Feline Practitioners also has information about FIV. And we know that these guys can live long, happy lives, and we want the best for Socks. So if you're interested in this kitty, come on down and meet him here at the Ames shelter. And our next guest is Neal. We're estimating he's about 3 years old. He came into us as a stray. He was not neutered when he came in, so we had him neutered. At the same time he was at the hospital, we had him tested for feline leukemia and FIV. So unfortunately, like Socks, Neal is also positive for FIV. So that's feline immunodeficiency virus. So it's a he's a little relaxed there. He's a beautiful cat. Again, a cat that has a lot of hair and needs to be brushed often. But he is just really, he's one of the favorites. He happens to be one of my favorites right now. And since I do have an FIV cat at home with my clan, I'm trying my best not to take him home with the rest. But I think he would fit in really well in any household. Again, if you have cats, FIV positive cats can live with negative cats. It's just important that that they not get into any significant fights. And if once you've introduced the cats, as long as they're not fighting and attacking each other, typically you're safe. They're not going to get it from each other just by laying in the same bed or sharing the same food bowl. They definitely have to have a much more significant. I think he's really stressed, I can tell. Just a beautiful kitty that needs a forever home. So if you're interested in Neal, again, do some research about FIV for Socks or for Neal. It's the two cats that we have here right now at the shelter that are positive, but again, can live very long, happy lives. Just want to make sure that we find the right home for them. And our next cat today is Elvira. She came to us. She was actually surrendered by her owner, someone that had just recently got her from another person. So they didn't know a whole lot about her, but what we do know about her is that she is declawed on all four paws. And I actually didn't mention that with Socks. Socks is also declawed on all four paws. Elvira, when she came here, she was a bit of a naughty gal, so we had to kind of keep her in an isolation area, but she has just made incredible strides and is just really a great cat. But we do think that she needs an experienced home because she can get a little mouthy, as we know that sometimes cats that are declawed, especially on all four, they tend to be a little bit more mouthy than other cats. So we really are looking for an experienced home with her and probably one that's less activity. So that would probably be the best environment for Elvira. But she is a kind of medium-haired cat. She loves brushing, so she's going to be one that you're going to be able to sit down and spend some time while you're watching your favorite TV show and just give her some great brushing. She's going to love that. So again, we're estimating she's about 1 year of age. She is spayed. She has been tested. She is negative for FIV and FELV. So you can see sometimes she gets a little amped up when she's playing, but she's also in a very confined space. So Abby's doing what you should do and not pushing her when they're giving you signs that they're stressed. You can see a little bit of that twitching of the tail on the back. She's giving us signs that she's a little bit stressed. The camera lights are on her and we're kind of scaring her. So we're going to cut this one short, but she definitely needs a quiet home, of course, indoor with all the rest. And Elvira is declawed in front and back. So that makes it absolutely just so critical that she never step foot outside because she would have no protection whatsoever. So we want to make sure Elvira stays safe and happy and healthy. And our next kitty today is Fuego, and Fuego means fire in Spanish. And this kitty has a whole lot of fire going on. Very, very active kitty. We'll see how long Abby can keep it maintained in a mellow position, because that's usually not what Fuego does. Fuego has a whole lot of energy. Came to us as a kitten all the way back on August, but unfortunately Fuego was one of the kitties that came down with ringworm this time. And kind of has grown up here, has recovered completely from the ringworm, so there's absolutely no concerns about that now. And then, yeah, let's see how he does in the kennel. So completely recovered from that, but is available for adoption now. So he was neutered, he was tested, he is negative for feline leukemia, feline AIDS, also known as FIV. But again, just a ball of fire and just wants to run and play. And because he's such a young kitty, he just has a lot of energy. So trying to get all that out here in the kennel is difficult for them. So we try to give them as much playtime as we can inside the playrooms with our volunteers. But unfortunately, Elise has been up in that playroom that we have, and it's our only playroom. And Elise will be a cat that we'll talk about later in the show. But this here is Fuego, and I believe that he is about 4 months old now and ready for adoption. He is fully vaccinated, tested, dewormed, flea treated, everything. So he is ready to go, and he would make a really good family cat in a very active household. So if you have some very active kids and just an active lifestyle, but of course we want to make sure that Fuego stays indoors, because if Fuego gets out, I'm sure Fuego would be running far and wide. Our next guest today is Vanessa. She came into us as a stray on November 5th, and one of the things that we noticed right away is that she needed some dental work. She had some teeth that appeared to be broken and needed to have a dental. Actually, she had a very significant dental. Several of her canines, I think 3 out of the 4 that she has, were removed. So you may notice around her mouth that it's a little swollen. She's on some daily pain medication as well as antibiotics. So, but we had that procedure done to make her more adoptable. We're estimating she's probably in the range of about 7 years old. So it's sad that a 7-year-old kitty was out running stray and not claimed by the owner. So oftentimes we don't know why owners don't come in and pick up their kitties, but we don't return as many kitties as we do dogs here in our community. But we are proud of our reclaim rate for cats. It's very high compared to a lot of other communities. So, but unfortunately not all of them make it back home, and Vanessa is one of those that needed some extra work when she got here to the shelter. But now we have her. She's a little talkative too. She has been vaccinated and tested. She is negative for FELV and FIV. Rabies vaccinated, dewormed, flea treatment. She is ready to go. And now that she's had her dental, she won't need any extra work there. She is a sweet girl, and like I said, she just loves to talk, and she's just telling Abby all about her dental experience, which she probably wasn't very happy with. But Somerset did a good job with taking care of her, and now she's ready to find her forever home where she can be loved for the rest of her life. And our next guest today is Ivar. Ivar is about 6 months old. He came into us as a stray. He still needs to be neutered, but prior to neutering, staff members noticed that he and you can see it a little bit with him sitting right now, his hind end doesn't seem to work the way that it should. So we sent him down to our friends at Somerset, and they did some x-rays, and he does need to have a pretty significant surgery. And so we have talked to our other partners at Blue Pearl Animal Hospital and set up an appointment for him to go down and be evaluated by their orthopedic specialist and figure out exactly what's going on with his hind end there. He definitely doesn't sit like a normal kitty. He tends to lay on the side rather than kind of sitting up, as a lot of kitties will do. So a very young cat that will recover very well. We understand from the surgery that he needs to have. And at the same time, he will be neutered. So he will be neutered before he goes home. But again, a lot like Fuego, Ivar does have a lot of energy. Maybe it's the orange kitty in these two that's causing all that extra energy. But a lot of energy, a lot of fun. They're also young kitties, so that's a lot of the reason for the extra playfulness and just excitement with these guys. So this is Ivar, and he will be available for adoption. We still need to get information from Blue Pearl on his surgery, but we would be looking for a home and start accepting applications now on Ivar. And our next guest here is Opal. Opal just came to us yesterday, so she was surrendered to us on the 19th. She came in kind of a situation where someone had her and they could no longer care for her. They moved away, left her there. The new person didn't want her, so they kind of gave her to this other person. And the reason why she was surrendered is she's being a typical Siamese. So one of the things that's very common with these kitties, although she's being quiet now, Siamese are very talkative cats. They're known for being the most vocal cats there. So she's probably just adjusting to this new environment. You know, she came from a home and now she's in a metal cage. So she's adjusting to this new environment. There's lots of other kitties that are staring at her, but she is just a beautiful seal point Siamese. You can see just those incredible eyes and that beautiful chocolate colors that she has on her ears and her face and paws. She is just a beautiful kitty. She's about 5 years old. She is spayed. She has been tested and is negative for feline leukemia and FIV, so negative for both of those. And actually adjusting pretty well here. She ate all of her dinner last night and this morning, so sometimes when cats first get here, they stop eating and they're stressed, but she's actually doing pretty well. So if you are interested in the Siamese breed, make sure you do some research because they can be very vocal. We've had people tell us before that the cats will keep them up at night. So you definitely want to do a lot of research about the breed and not just adopt, of course, because she is a beautiful kitty. So if you're interested in Opal, come on down here to the Ames Animal Shelter. And our next two guests today are actually a very sad situation, a very sad story. So Sadie is the female, and I believe that's the one in the background, and Sampson is the male. He tends to be a little bit more outgoing, according to the daughter who brought these kitties in. They were originally surrendered to us a few months ago, and the adopter unfortunately had passed away. So the daughter is the one that of the lady who adopted them brought them back to us. The original owner was moving and could not take them with him. So the challenge with these guys, they are Norwegian forest cats and they're about 13 years old. You know, being a senior kitty, the good thing with these guys though is that they have had complete medical care. They've had a history of vaccinations and have been well cared for. And again, just absolutely gorgeous cats. They're also a little stressed out. They just came in here a few days ago, so they're trying to get adjusted and trying to make a break here. So Abby's got to kind of corral them in there, but just beautiful cats. Of course, they're going to need constant brushing. That's what you have to do with these long-haired cats, and especially a Norwegian forest cat. So these are two cats. They are a bonded pair, so we do our 2-for-1 adoptions on all of our bonded kitties, but these two do need to be adopted together. And again, are just gorgeous cats, a lot of medical history, nothing negative. All of it is all their vaccination history. They've seen vets, as all pets should, once a year. So we have all that history. There's no medical issues with them. Blood work has been done, and all of the organs are functioning properly. So even though they're senior kitties, they're in excellent health and looking for their forever home. So it's always sad for the staff to see cats like this that are in a shelter environment that are 13 years old or older. We've had them in here. And just think of them, you know, living in the home for all those years, and now they're in this little metal cage here. So it's hard for the staff to adjust and deal with that, but not as hard as it is for these kitties. So if you're interested in a beautiful bonded pair, come on down here. We'd love to introduce you to the two of them. And they are both declawed in the front. They do have their back claws, but they are front declawed. So if you're looking for a declawed kitty that's already been declawed, come on down and meet these two. Again, gorgeous cats. And please remember, don't declaw your cat. There are alternatives you can do and scratching posts you can get and things like that, but you definitely don't want to declaw a cat. But these guys came to us that way. So if you're looking for a declawed kitty or two, of course, with these bonded pair, we might have the most gorgeous kitties here for you. Well, that's our show for today. That was lots of kitties to show you in one episode here, but hopefully you got to see a lot of different cats that we have available for adoption. I'm currently in Kitty City where we have 3 cats. We have Ash that's down here that came up to say hi on command. This is Ash. Alex is down here at my feet, the black one, and Conrad is over here on the kitty tree here. So just wanted to mention these guys are also available for adoption. Wanted to mention the animals that are coming in right now. We've had a lot of animals that need some extensive surgeries, and you've met some of them today, but just want to remind everybody that we still need help. Zion, the dog that has the masses that need to be removed, we still need some help in getting that taken care of. We're trying to send Elise, the all-4 declawed cat that is FIV positive and also kind of a little ornery sometimes and will bite us. We're trying to get her to Rustic Hollow, the sanctuary. So we still need to help with that as well. Ivar, who you met on the show today, also needs to have surgery in that hind leg area. And then Dora, you met on the show, and she needs to have her jaw surgery. And Lollyhops is the rabbit. She's actually the last of the animals from our hoarding case that needs to find that forever home. Now, unfortunately, with Lollyhops, she's had some extensive eye work, medication, and exams, things at Iowa State University, seeing their ophthalmology department and their specialists there. So it's we've really kind of gone as far as we can with her. The next step, unfortunately, it looks like it might be they may have to remove both of her eyes. So we're going to be looking for a very experienced home with bunnies. You absolutely have to have experience with bunnies. But we're looking for a home that can give her a nice quiet space, especially if both eyes have to be removed. So that's going to be another expensive surgery that we have to do. And we just have these special animals right now with these special needs, and we really need your help. So please consider going online, making a donation at amesanimalshelter.org. You'll see a green Donate Now button that you can click on, and you can, any of the animals that we've mentioned that need help, you can donate towards them to help with their surgery or the exams, things that need to happen at specialty hospitals. So I want to thank everybody for watching, for your donations, and keep us in mind when it's time to start thinking about your holiday giving. You can go online to our website and give to us. If you have someone, a coworker or a family member that you just can't decide what you want to get for them for the holidays, maybe consider donating in their honor. We'll send them a very nice letter here and tell them how the donation has helped an animal here at our shelter in honor of them for the holidays, or maybe birthdays that are coming up, any special occasion, or maybe just because. Consider donating here to the shelter so we can continue to help our homeless but hopeful animals here at the Ames Animal Shelter.